It was not easy to come here. I know that it was nearly right. So you made it. So the floor is yours.
Does this even work, or it does work? It works really close. We got to do karaoke style, right? All right. I was asked last night. Well, look, there's no introductions. I mean, we got Volodymyr, we got Vitaliy. We all know who they are. They're larger than life, and they're physically and literally is what I mean. But I was asked last night if I would moderate this, and I was very honored. So, because you guys are big heroes of mine as well. So, and to the whole country. So today I was talking to Alexa, and I said, "What are you looking for exactly?" Just pretend there's a bonfire and have some fun. So we're going to try and get this. I have several directions, but in short, it's going to be off the cuff, and it's not scripted. So we're not in politics right now. So let's take a seat.
Look, I just want to warn you. Don't ask a boxer questions that he cannot answer with the words. just be careful with that, okay?
Do you want to comment on that?
No one.
No comment.
No comment. So why don't we just start a little bit in general with the overall thing. So you were saying that for 10 years you've been in Davos, but this is your first Davos. Can you guys just pick it up a bit and tell me what... Actually, I'd rather start with your first one as an impression for you as the first one, and then if you can bounce back and let us know what your...
Actually, good evening, everybody. I don't know, around 10 years I was here in Davos. It's actually every year Ukrainian breakfast, but first time in 48 years Ukrainian house. And I hope it's just beginning, and every year we present our country, we present our people, business people, politicians in the Ukrainian house. It's very important for the country. It's very important to be here. In Davos it's most important meetings village in the world, and that's why I'm very happy to be again, and very happy to exchange our vision about our things, our experience, and yeah, just to talk, because the personal contact is the main point in the life.
What do you think? Your first year now.
I'm absolutely excited to be here in Davos. I've heard about it a lot. I read about it. I saw on TV and the news with all the celebrity politicians, people from the economy, and many, many, many more creative minds, not to forget someone. I'm, as I said, extremely excited to be first time here, as Ukraine made it first time in past 48 years. How exciting these news are. Come on, guys. And I love the location. The location is amazing, right? So it's just something that really makes us Ukrainians proud, because we deserved it. And I also want to say that we actually lost 48 years. We haven't been here. That's the biggest challenge, is the time that we all have, because we have only limited time since the day started and we woke up and had our breakfast and had made plans. And eventually we know the evening is going to come up, so we need to achieve certain things. That's why the biggest challenge that we have is time. So we have no time to waste. We've been absent for 48 years, but now we made it. So I'm super excited about it. And let's move on with, I don't want to take all the show and steal all the show and have it as a monologue, because later on we will exchange some opinions, maybe, you know, Q&As with each other, which is going to make all this conversation more exciting, because we could explain something that you're not interested in, but, you know, we will feel each other if we just ask, you know, questions, and you're going to get some answers. I also maybe want to talk a little bit about my brother. If you don't mind.
Here we go.
If you don't mind.
Do I have a choice?
I'm just like, you know, for warm up. You can always.
I don't think I have a choice.
You can always, you know, interrupt or maybe not interrupt, but just say something additionally. You know, I'm excited to have this performance at the stage And I would call it as a performance in a certain way because we're on the stage and you're not. So don't get jealous. I have it with my brother because I probably see some of the friends here more often than him because he's a busy man. Since he stepped in the politics and since he's leading the city of Kyiv and making it as a very initiative with innovations city that is really challenged to different circumstances, crisis, and we can go on and on. But I think the job that he's doing, I never told him in person, but the job that he's doing, because I'm traveling inside in the city and outside of the city, and I'm having this kind of meetings in the plane. I'm traveling, by the way, commercial planes, okay? So I have this meeting when I'm taking off, and it's like city council meeting, right? People that live in Kyiv telling me about their problems, or they give me some compliments, which is really nice, brother. Thank you so much. You know, to receive compliments, especially about the streets and the lights on the streets. And you can always dig something and find something that is not working well. Trust me, there are some other opinions, like would like to change certain things. And I'm trying to say, I'm not the mayor. I do look alike, but I'm not. So, just so you know, that's the mayor. Don't ask questions, any political questions to me, so ask him. And anyway, they agree. They're like, okay, so I understand. You're the brother, right? But anyway, and it just continue, you know. So, and I'm just, in a certain way, reflecting what he maybe sees or he doesn't see. But I'm, even if you're my brother, I'm proud that you made a career after career, and you were successful athlete. And I know that the beginning of your political career was really challenging, but you got the challenge, and there's much more challenges in the future to come, but I think you're handling it like a champ. I know it's not easy, and I know you wish to do things even better than it is, but you have this driving force in you, and obviously, self-made man doesn't exist. So without the team, without people that actually live in the city, nothing would be accomplished. So I wish you, brother, in the beginning of this conversation, good luck in everything what you plan. And also I think there's certain things, some good things that we can talk about. And not just, you know, hide it and point at something that is maybe we wish could be better or look better.
Before we start getting into all of this kind of stuff, I want to see, as the older brother, 10 years in Davos, but I'm sure when he was boxing, when you were starting your boxing career and you were doing, he was always giving you advice or telling you how to. I've seen all the documentaries on what it was. What kind of advice could you give to your younger brother about Davos, what to do and what not to do? From your own mistakes of what you've done. You don't do this in Davos, you definitely.
I know my young brother had advices always after the training. I come to him and tell him, please do that and that, and this mistake and not. And it's in one day, Vladimir told, you know what, stop play older brother. And I tell him, I'm so sorry, it's our parents give me task to watching always about smallest one, and I continue this mission for whole my life. But anyway, it's Vladimir. Okay, thank you for compliments, but you told about challenges, and every one of you know everybody have a challenge in our life, and how it's every challenge you can prove yourself. How good are you? What you can do it, and with every challenge, if you solve the problems, you make step up, and you will be much stronger. That's why we try to do it. We do it a lot. Today morning we make a presentation of city innovation. I'm very happy. The city is changed. Yes, of course. We never have lose dynamic of changes in our city, because the city is a Kyiv, it's headliner for another small cities, and all changes starting in Kyiv. a lot of challenges, a lot of approval in Kyiv, what we have. But anyway, I am very happy to be here in the stage together with my brother. I am very proud of my brother. He finished career in last year, and I'm very happy to be with. I am very to have strongest brother in the world. It's my.
Thank you, bro.
And talking about what you're saying in segue of your boxing career, I find it weird to say is over. Because to me, a boxing career is never over. There's still a lot of work outside the ring that still continues, and it still continues. But we were talking about a common friend of Andrei Fedorov that you work with. And now Andrei and me, we have coffee sometimes. And he was telling me about the innovation work that you were doing in Germany with specific companies and all that. So that this was possibly your second wave or starting. Can you talk a bit about, like, when did the bug of innovation and investing, and can you tell us a bit about that so that the whole room can understand more what it is?
I would probably, it's not always good to sell and you talk about it yourself. I'm not the mayor, but I'm speaking of some innovations, and you said companies, and I will mention company SAP. And as you know, SAP runs a lot of other companies and brands and businesses.
Actually, today morning I explained about SAP, and thanks you for one of the biggest IT company which helped to develop Kyiv in IT innovation way, because we have smart city system what we implement together with SAP. Sorry for I interrupt you. Go ahead.
You're the man. You got to talk about it, because what I also have kind of different shades on my eyes when I'm in a city and I look at things. How much such program from SAP program, open budget, made the change in people's mentalities. If we talk about digitalization, and if we think about it negative, it's wrong, because digitalization has a lot of positive sides, because in general, it was made by people for people. And city of Kyiv has implemented open budgets, which makes people be happy and be willing paying taxes. Where have you seen in the world people are happy to pay taxes? But suddenly, in Ukraine, you have all the business men and women are in online. By the time they paid 100 euros, for example, or hryvnias, they see it, 100 hryvnias landed on the budget of the city. And they see how it's going to be split for salaries, building the streets, maintaining in the city, etc., for medical departments that covers the city. It's exciting to see how fast it goes, and how fast the money are getting used for certain projects that city or the mayor is excited, or people of the city are needed. How great it is to fight corruption. The biggest problem in Ukraine that we have. Digitalization is the answer. You fight corruption with that, because there's nobody, Vasya and Petty, going, giving you cash and carrying it over to the budgets. So a lot of is getting lost on the way, however, why. So digitalization is a great tool to fight the corruption. Digitalization is the great tool to fight bureaucracy. Vasya and Petty has no chance to do any corrupt bureaucracy. So because it goes so fast, and as I said before, time is the biggest challenge that we have. How fast you can make change for better life. Thank you to allies as SAP, that, and of course open-minded mayor in this case, and the team and administration, I would put mayor on the side, administration of the city, to implement this. And I know it was also challenging in the times when you don't have assets for it. You have to buy buy it. You have to just create this income that in an amazing way was made. I'm sorry.
By the way, today morning I told it was great meeting 2015. We have here at somewhere and make a meeting with CEO or with SAP. We're talking about open budget. We're talking about smart city system. In 6 months later, we're already implement. It's great, it's work, and every year we bring some good idea which we exchange here at Davos, and I'm more than sure is some ideas what we developed today here and discuss, we implement very soon in our country.
I want to step back a bit. I want to go back a bit into your childhoods. What I know from the top, but I think it's a lot of people probably know more, but you guys lived, you traveled around a lot from what I heard, you know, military background of your father, which was a very big influence, and it shows in your boxing style, your discipline, in how you're doing. When did you notice from your boxing that it started, that you wanted to implement this type of discipline into your potential business? Because you're not atypical boxers that are around. You're very astute business people. You know where you're going. Everything is very disciplined and to the point. When do you remember, or when do you recollect as brothers when you said it's time for business, it's time to start planning a bit, you know, the innovations in your future? Can you tell me about the process it was when you were younger?
Well, childhood was amazing because we did travel a lot, and I remember, I have this image in my mind, brother. You know, you had a bike, and I was as a little one, so I was riding the bike with you together, sitting on the bike's frame, and this feeling probably most of us had. You're kind of on the bike, and you're having your journey. The only thing so it's fun and it's cool, and sometimes you can relax, and it's also an advantage, but sometimes you want to just hit the brakes or accelerate or just guide yourself to some other direction, but you can't. So but I had to learn as a younger what my elder brother did, and sometimes maybe avoid certain things. It's an advantage to be younger because you have another example, what to do, what not to do. I don't want to say I'm smarter. No, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm stronger. I'm not. As anyone here, by the way, because all of us are stronger or better than the single of you, or any single person here, as a community. And I remember something that was my mother, our mom, telling me, you know, Vitaliy is the leader, you know, and you need to be led. Do you understand? I was thinking, like, that's actually not true. I just want to do the same things what my brother did. I want to repeat the same things as a younger one, what he did, and achieve the same results, or even achieve better results. So it was something that was great, as a great motivation that led me. My brother want to add something?
It was so funny. Actually, I remember the time I go to the school, and my smaller brother I want to go to the school. It's actually in 7 years old. The boys go to the school, children go to the school, and Vladimir wants so much and go to the school. And he was 6 years old. And after that, after the school, I go to university. And brother told, you know what? You think you're smart. I go also exactly the same university. And after that, I started with the boxing. And my brother looked at me. I started boxing also. And after that, after some period of time, I started to writing PhD. And Vladimir said, you know what? Do you think you're smarter than me? No way. Do it exactly the same. But Vladimir repeating. But I want to say, I think
be careful now.
I take world title, and Vladimir, it's amazing. And Vladimir was so much tougher, and I have just one world title. Vladimir have 4 of them. That's why its younger brother have a lot of.
Now I'll continue. He's a mayor, and I'm not. Okay, but
okay. The next election, you telling me?
No, he's the party which called Udar, means in English punch. So anyway, so I will just continue what my brother also added, and then with the and that because of you I got involved in sports. I would never do that. You're the born fighter. I learned it. I'm not, but I learned it. And it's a good example, actually. If you want to do something, you can learn it. You can achieve it. You can get it done. Eventually, I found out these 5 steps, which are very important in any person's life to achieve anything. And these 5 steps making simple to remember, because all of us, we have hand with 5 fingers, or most of us. So I hope so, at least.
You got a much bigger hand than me, though, so.
You know about size, it doesn't matter. So the first, we need to put an obstacle. What is our obstacle? Where we're going to. Second, what's the consequences? If we're going to take this obstacle or not. We will achieve something. How is that going to affect myself, my family, my city, my country, the world, in positive way or a negative way, if I'm not going to achieve it or I'm not going to put this goal. Third, allies. No one without imagination, probably every person of you is going to forget in 3, 5, 10 days what we were talking about, but this picture of 3 of us will never be forgotten, probably, because images
with
remain.
Facebook, no.
Boom. So you're not going to forget that. Images remain all of the time in our memory, better than any other information or wordings. So to imagine what it's going to look like when I'm going to achieve my goal. So it's very important. And the most important and the 5th step, which puts all together with the first one, you need to be obsessed with your goal. If you're not, you're going to lose the focus, distracted, and eventually you're not going to get it. So when you're obsessed about something that's an extreme shape of love, you need to love something. If you love your country and you're a president, you're going to do anything to make people live in a better country than it was before you. If you're not obsessed or you have other targets as a mayor or CEO of the company, a president, it really doesn't matter. If you really love what you do, you're going to be successful. And you will lighten up other people because you're going to burn yourself. You cannot lie about it, either it works or not. So that's probably something that came from childhood and different experiences, traveling, thankfully being an athlete. That's something made me clearly understand that that's what's needed to be successful in whatever you do, actually.
Yeah, but it's good. But I was listening carefully that your older brother was the one, he says, I'm going to get my PhD. You say, I want my PhD. Do you think you're smarter? And it was always repetition. When was the moment, but clearly you picked a direction that you wanted to go in, which was very different. And I'm just assuming, because we don't know each other very well, but you're picking a very different direction on where you want to go after boxing as Vitaliy, you did on yours. So do you want to comment on that, on where you see yourself, Volodymyr, in 5 years? Is it going to be like the famous actors in Hollywood, like the Kutchers and all that, that want to become entrepreneurs and digital people? Or do you see maybe taking over as the mayor one day?
Right now, well, you're right. We were together until recent times as siblings, being in the same activity, sport, business, whatever it is, because it's all in one. And now our ways got in different directions because Vitaliy decided to achieve certain goals which are in the political field. I'm not. And I believe it's important to make goals in life, whatever is going to happen in 5 or 10 years. I'm frontman of Klitschko brand, and brand has different products. So I'll be the frontman for next maybe 2, 3, 5 years, or maybe 10 years, we don't know. Eventually I want to get in the background, and the products of the brand need to be in the front ground. So they need to carry the flag. of the brand. So I want to go in the background. And when this time comes, whatever my imagination is going to be, because it's okay to change your opinion with the time. It's healthy.
You have to adjust to the realities of today.
As our man Muhammad Ali said, if you think with 50 like you thought with 20, you have lost 30 years of your life. So it's okay to change things. But that's how my future is going to look like. That's what I imagine and have.
Vitaliy, what do you say on with your direction on where you want to go? In terms of
I want to tell total different things. Why we coming here and sit together? Please stand up.
I was going to say, I feel like
I
I'm
have-
being
I have-
scolded down on.
I have uncomfortable feeling. Everybody stay. We sit. Why is this story so? You know what? It's very interesting in the life to make a story. You know what? It's very interesting to make a story. It's very unusual. Two brothers, 2 meter big, so successful in boxing, 2 world champion. Unusual story. It's very interesting and very good to make a special story what never happens. That's first point. The second point, we're talking about challenges in life. We have challenges every day. I never have an idea to be politician. It happens, I explain why so many years. Oh, first story. First story, we're talking today, I talk to many people. I like saying very much. My favorite saying, nothing is impossible. Small story. It's true story. This story explained to students in the school, for many people, because it's make a lot of motivation in the life. Okay, story. 1996. I remember me. I was 14 years old. Perestroika came, Soviet Union, and we actually, as teenager, I started with the boxing, go to the section, and after the school, my friends told, you know what, it's television broadcast the fight from United States' youngest boy fighting for heavyweight title. He's youngest in history, and was interesting to see. He knocked everyone out. Okay. Right now, everybody forget. Professional boxing was forbidden in the United States, in Soviet Union. Everybody listen Muhammad Ali name. We never see the fight. We never saw the fight of Muhammad Ali. We don't know who is it, but we listen about him a lot. Professional fights. We have a chance to see the professional fight. I remember that it was Mike Tyson fight, and we sit in the kitchen after the school. 7 boys, and it was amazing. Mike Tyson knocked his opponent out and was the youngest heavyweight athlete in the world. Keep the world title under his head. I was so excited from the fight. I told to my friends, you know what? In one day, I want to beat Mike Tyson. I beat him and I will be world champion. I want to take this title.
You became friends with them, though.
My friends looking on me, looking at Tyson. I was so skinny. Are you crazy? It was like killer machine. You want to fight Tyson and beat him? They starting to kidding me. It was so painful to listen that, but my friends don't know I have good memory. 15 years later, I remember everyone who kidding me, who make jokes. I invite everyone to the cafe and bring the bag with me, and take from the bag the same belt what have Mike Tyson hold it above his head. The same belt what have Lennox Lewis, the same belt which have Muhammad Ali. But in this time, it was my belt. I put this belt on the table and tell, nah. You remember this?
Were you there?
You remember the day when you're kidding me? My friends told Vitaliy, don't be upset. Don't be upset. We're sorry. We never expect our boy from our school, from our class, can be world champion. Nobody think about that. You know what? I explain this story to the people, to the youth. It's very important to have a dream. It's much important. It's much important work hard and to achieve your dream. But if you believe yourself, if you have a dream and you work hard, every dream you can make true. It's nothing is impossible. And that's why I love challenge. And in one day, right now, nobody believes in politician. Nihilism. Nobody believes in nobody. You know why? Because instead, independency. Everybody listen promising. Everyone listen some stories, but never happens. In the same time, the country like Poland, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Hungary, and make huge progress. And one day, decide. If you want, I like saying very much, if you want, do it well, do it by yourself. And that's why I'm here as politician, that's why I'm mayor of the Kyiv, and I'm really happy to return the trust to politicians, because not so many politicians can present what they did. You know what? Some people, I'm not Cicerone. Some people make a kidding. Klitschko say something wrong. Klitschko tell something funny. For me, Volodymyr, what people tell what I say. For me, much more important what people told what I did. And I'm ready to deliver to the people in Kyiv so many projects. Very important. I'm sorry for a long speech. This story is very important. The story of explanation. The story is explanation how important to have a dream, how important to have a vision, and everything is possible in life if you want very much and if you working hard, you achieve any goal. And my goal, next one, my goal, I want to live in a European city. I want to live in a European country. I have a chance to live in Germany. We feel adapted in Germany and United States, huge respect, but I want to make European city from Kyiv and European country from Ukraine. It's huge challenge. It's not easy. It's much tougher than in sport, because in sport you have your one opponent. In politics, no rules. You have many of them, many opponents. But anyway, I'm thank you very much for my brother, because without his help, it will be difficult to do it. You know where is this secret of our success? Every fighter fighting for his brother. We support each other, and I know Vladimir give huge support in my political career, and we will be successful. I'm more than sure.
Talking about making your dreams come true and all that, and you're big fans of Muhammad Ali. The guy was the master of writing, but I think one that came to mind when you were saying is that if you want your dreams to come true, wake up. It's as simple as that. I think if you look at it deeply, and I think this is what you're trying to say as well. Can we sit down, because I'm kind of feeling like Danny. Like I'm feeling like Danny DeVito in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger right now.
Don't worry, don't worry. You have a complex. Size is not important.
Depends on the circumstances. But I agree with you. Let me take a look at our timing where we are. But I wanted to ask one last question that you somehow deviated on me a while ago. I want to go back. Like I said, I was told that you were getting more and more involved in IT and in some projects in Germany. And I'd like to hear about it a bit more, because this is what we're talking about, innovation, the whole bit. And I think a lot of people want to talk. I know you want to talk about. I'd like just to hear about it, because I heard some great story from Andrei, but I would rather you tell it to the team, if you can.
Well, of course, I'm not the Wikipedia of on the technical side of Ukraine, but Ukraine is not just geographically an amazing country with a lot of people that are talented. Not to forget, for hundreds of millions of dollars, some of the Silicon Valley was bought by Snapchat. In Kyiv, we have a lot of digital villages in planning, already almost finished and built. We have a lot of young talents, EPAM or other companies that investing in those talents and employing them. About me, I just
for your second career.
You know, we have actually on this world creativity, innovation, and opportunity, and I believe we need to. It's nice slogan. It looks nice in understanding as well, but I think when we expect something innovative or creative, this expectation, you know, we expect something through digitalization and the world of it. But we need to understand, and this is the biggest challenge to our minds, to understand, well, to get something creative, we need to be open-minded, and we need to start from ourselves. If we're not, it's kind of block. So I'm not receiving it, I don't understand it, I'm actually afraid of it. I'm afraid of digitalization, because I might thinking that some artificial human beings is going to conquer my mind, take over my accounts, spend my money, so I will have no control, and so on and so on. So I believe there are fears. There are fears, and that's what I want to address, probably. Fears by a lot of other investors or people that don't believe, disbelievers, in Ukraine as a country, in Kyiv as a city. I just want to tell you, we're going to crush your disbeliefs. We're going to knock them out, because we are a great union and army of young, talented people with great education and amazing desire to get something and create innovative, to show to the world we can do it, because we're the driving force. Not anymore or someone over there, you know, over the border. We can do it in our country. And there's so many people, young or not so much, that represent this country in a better and a good way. I'm not talking about and if some of you even think about investing in Ukraine or get associated with that, I believe the first move you have to make, just travel. Travel gives you the better education and gonna give you better opinion about the city and the country and its people. You can hear from us whatever, you could think like we're advertising and there's nothing behind it, but make your own assessment. What is Ukraine all about? I'm proud of our nation. We're definitely step ahead. We made the step ahead, and I would say we're probably in our way how we think. Maybe we didn't went that far economically, and in the fight with the corruption. But we're gonna knock them out. will make our country shine and being super sexy for investors and appealing for any other tourists, and not only, and also for as a Silicon Valley, for example. It's all such a common thing, but we have it already. So potential is right there. And I believe one more thing with traveling is better university than any other university of the world, because you're really getting to know things better. You eat it, you smell it, you try it. So travel to Ukraine, open up your eyes, and you'll be amazingly surprised.
I have one last question that I'd like to ask Vitaliy, and then after that I think we'll open it up to the floor. And excuse me for maybe my ignorance on this, but everyone knows that we have some of the smartest minds when it comes to IT and developing, and the whole world over basically is seeing, as you were saying, some examples, but it's continuously coming out. But with Smart City, as you were saying, or the city of Kyiv, do you feel that it could become a hub basically for all types of IT, new innovations, new people, that they want as Kyiv to become like a testing ground, basically an innovative city that is testing and then it gets deployed across to the world? Do you see that this is something that could be, or is it already happening?
Already happening, many things.
So there you go.
Many things we're doing, and we try to be. Right now, the life is competition. Competition between the people, competition between the country, competition between the city, and also very important to be modern. I don't know how many cities in the world. The Kyiv, one of 2,500 city, where is the program Smart City Work. We happy to implement this program and make this program bright as possible, and to make innovation. Today I give the numbers. Can you imagine? 250,000 IT the people in Ukraine involved in IT sector. 250,000. It's good people, young people, educated people, and we have to use this potential as platform. I can talk about hours long about the Kyiv, what we did, about many projects. It's what Volodymyr. First time in last year, I'm enjoying my job, because from beginning it was terrible. It doesn't work. We doesn't have money in budget. Everybody complain. Everyone comes with the problem. Last year, we take the break point. Last year, I enjoy to be the mayor. You know why? Because in the street, people coming to me and tell, "Thank you very much. We are so happy. Our building not reconstructed last 40 years and already made that. Thank you very much for new street. Thank you very much for great parks.
New sidewalks.
And if you have sidewalks, and if you have feedback from the people that give you so much energy, it's work. This year, we change Kyiv totally. Kyiv will be much cleaner, much organized. We implement so many ideas. If I starting to explain, okay, I can say, you remember Eurovision Song Contest? We Ukrainian told, "Все пропало, зрада, наші не можуть, ми complex of small people." You know what? We can everything do it. We have huge potential. We have great people. We do it. Eurovision Song Contest, all critical. Keep. You remember, to take away Eurovision, we can do it. It was great feedback. As mayor of Kyiv, my mission to bring much more people to Kyiv, much more events, business events, sport events, cultural events. I am very happy to have in Kyiv final of Champions League. This will be very soon, in a couple of months. Everybody welcome to Kyiv. I am very happy. Nobody, not so many people know my first job. I'm not sportsman. I'm working as guide. I make my first money. I make excursion for the people who come into Kyiv. I love the city so much. I know the city. I know history of the city. It's my mission to develop historical center. And this year, new Vladimirsky Gorka will be brand new. We buy new funicular. It will be this company Volodymyr. It will be new аллея художников в пейзажной аллее. We build the bridge between two historical touristic points, Владимирская горка и Арка Дружбы Народов.
Free Wi-Fi? No.
All
over, everywhere.
Free Wi-Fi. We do it. A lot of changes. I enjoy that very much, and I every day closer to my goal to make Kyiv modern European city with good European standards of life. It's work, because nothing is impossible. Because I believe myself. Because around me the people who believe on me and who have the same values, same vision. And I am very happy in one of the closest men in the world, my brother, the strongest man in the world, they share with me the vision and do it a lot to help me. And it's unusual.
You got my vote.
You stole my line. I was going to say that. I was going to say but I can't vote. But that's okay.
But it's something unusual what we do it right now here, what we do it right now in Kyiv, what we do it already did in sport. But challenge.
I would really like to be at that table in 15 years with the people who said about you becoming mayor, like he did as a boxer. I'd love to see in 15 years from now. Why don't we open it up to the floor? And we were talking a little while ago. I just want to start it off, and then after that, it'll be.
So we still have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Andrei Kolodyuk. I'm a chairman Ukrainian Venture Capital Private Equity Association. Actually, make it up with our partners. My question to you: we have 47 members that invest in Ukrainian startups going global, and as you know, the many celebrities actually set up the venture capital funds alongside investing with us. When is going to be your first investment together with us?
Freeless companies. So here we go. Now I know your face.
Good. Welcome to
Let's
our
put
house.
that on. I'm in.
This place is working already. Does anybody else have like to bring it? Lena?
Can I teach my startup now?
Tomorrow you can do that. Yeah.
Is anybody, Lena, do you have something? There's always a great question.
We also know your philanthropic work. So you have done amazing things for young boys and girls throughout Ukraine with Klitschko Foundation. I don't know if you covered that at all during your talk. I missed a little bit at the beginning, but truly, thank you very much, because we know very well, I'm the founding partner of Horizon, we know very well the work that you've done for Klitschko Foundation and the hundreds, if not more, of thousands of boys and girls that you've helped throughout the country. So thank you very much for that. Any few words on that would be wonderful.
I like to have a richest brother in the world also. But to be honest, I remember the time. It was difficult time. I doesn't have a shoes for the training. We have gloves for 2 pairs of gloves for 10 boys. We doesn't have money for travel. We doesn't have equipment. It was difficult time, but if you want very much, you achieve that. We remember the people who help us, to small teenager, to achieve our goals, and that why never forget what you're from. Never forget what you did. Never forget where you go. And that's why it's also a mission. If you can, you have to help the people who need that. And children, it's our future. And that's why we do that. We very happy to have a chance to help the children to make, to open his mind, to open some new things in his life and to help them.
But also, if we talk about help, you know, we can help together. Alone we can't, as I mentioned it in the beginning. And sounds like you're from North America, I don't know, Canada or the US. Goal in life and do it together, even if you look different and you speak maybe different language, but you know, it's certainly adjustment to the future life of them. So thank you one more time for also your dedication, you know, you personal or not, but not to just mention and talk about North America. I just see a good friend of mine, Badr, just stepped in, and he's from UAE, United Arab Emirates. So, and I know Badr, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Thank you very much also for your active role in Klitschko Foundation and your donation that you made recently as well. So when people get together and they have the same qualities, it's like birds with the same so we have creative minds, we can achieve so much together. And that's why let's not stand alone and move together to whatever obstacles we have in our lives. By the way, this man, look, he has been living in Ukraine for the past 20 years, I think?
Close to 20 years. It's going to be 18 this year.
Okay, so 18 years, he's partially Ukrainian, partially. So, and it's not about passport, it's about your heart, you know,
Absolutely.
how you feel about it. And you're wearing traditional rubashka, vyshivanka. So you're just doing amazing. So such people like you, look, like there's tons of examples. People that came to Ukraine, got excited and fell in love with that country. Or in love with someone, you know. And
no, that came 2 years later.
Done it even more creative because there's like, you know, children with parents that have different backgrounds and coming from different countries. Anyway, I just want to say that this country, and I just want to hear it from you, it has so much from you, very short. What is your opinion about Ukraine? Because we might make a political campaign here with my brother, but I think you're going to speak the truth.
I can explain that. A lot of people would, I'll try and make it short, but a lot of people would tell me, what the hell are you doing here after 18 years? When I meet with Medica, when people, they look, they're wondering, and I think it was Roman from the Canadian Embassy who told me best and made it make sense, because it would take me an hour to explain, which I'm very talented at doing. But people who know me. But he said, Ukrainians, the reason why they love immigrating to Canada is because it's such a wild life in Ukraine. Things, you know, there's been a lot of, you know, it's been hard and everything. And when they get to Canada, they feel safe. They see everything is working, and they see, and they're really happy with that. But us Canadians, we've been raised up with rules, everything. And then when you come to Ukraine, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. You can let your freak flag fly, and you can, and it's really, I was just telling to Vitaliy that in Ukraine, I've accomplished things that I would never have gotten the chance to do in Canada. It's impossible. I still love my country, but my heart is in Ukraine, really. No, seriously.
Let's make Ukraine great again.
You...
Okay, so Klitschko brothers meet the Kazarny sisters. So, yeah, so we're both from Canada. Lena has been here in Ukraine for 25 years, and I've been doing business with Ukraine for 20 years and lived for 5 years. And it's very similar because there's so much commitment that you're making in the country of Ukraine, which is critical. And then you are in such an incredible position.
to promote Ukraine outside of the country as well. And I think that is something that all of us have responsibility to do, is not just talk. Ukrainians, we love Ukraine wherever we are in the world, and have that connection worldwide through every single interaction that we have. And I think that that's something that I'm seeing incredible unity in terms of the diaspora and Ukrainians from around the world rising up to that challenge. So I'd love to hear more about kind of ideas around promoting the country and through all of our networks.
Last messages. We can talking a lot about sport, about life, about challenges, but we can talking lifelong about the country which united us, Ukraine. It's an amazing country. It's a beautiful country. I'm and Vladimir, we travel around the world. It's much easier to count the country where we never was. We was everywhere. It's unique country. It's unique people. And our mission, all Ukrainian, no matter where you live, it's very important where you heart. And to do it in the country, to give the best what you can to your home country. It's mission for everyone. Everyone from us have some mission, but especially if we live in Ukraine, if we from Ukraine, we wish to Ukraine success, good standards of life, good future, and we can do it everything. I like the saying, nothing is impossible. It's very important to have a dream. It's much more important to make your dream true. And that's why we coming together, Ukrainian House. We have special connection to Ukraine. You from Canada, from United States, from Germany, or from any part of the world, or from Ukraine. Our goal to make Ukraine better in many ways, but unique country. And it's very important never lose the connection to your country. Wurzel.
Roots.
Your roots. To your roots, and never forget the connection. It's very important, and that's why. Thank you very much for attention. A lot of attention to us, to brothers. We're doing what we can. Yes, of course, we are strong. we are big, and we are double strong together. It's great. I have a brother. Brother helped me. I helped the brother, and we do it what we can, and we try do it all the best what we can. Thank you very much for your attention. And
Vladimir.
Продолжение следует. To be continued. It's very important and very interesting in the future. How fast we can change that. How change the country. How we developed new project, new innovation, new our old and new city capital of Ukraine, Kyiv. That's why I want to before Vladimir, my last words. As former guide, welcome to Kyiv, welcome to Ukraine, and you will be surprised how changed Kyiv, how beautiful the city, how beautiful the country.
You know, guys, I was listening to the mayor, and I was like, we're promoting our country so much, but we're actually doing it to someone that is not really from Ukraine or partially from Ukraine here, but there's a lot of people from different countries. And I think that entrepreneurship, so the smaller and the bigger in the connection with each other. So you need to understand that you're part of the bigger world, and the bigger world is part of you as well. So, and I believe that Ukraine is the part of the bigger world. And Ukraine, with the city of Kyiv, is a partner of your country, wherever you're coming from. Just don't forget about us. It's a good reminder that you're here, and your presence here shows your respect. So you spend 1 hour of your time listening to us. So thank you for your attention. And I want to say thank you to you, Luke. You did great. And trust me.
So I'm not fired, am I?
No, it's not fired. He didn't get paid for it even. He's doing it because it's right here in his heart and his mind, and it's very important. Thank you so much.
That's going on my Facebook tonight.
Thank you so much. And don't forget, guys, we're the driving force. We all together, the world, and Ukraine is part of the world.
On closing, everybody, I'd like to invite Alexa up to the stage to give a few words.
Thank you, Luke, for moderating this session. You're always so engaging
It was fun.
and lively.
I enjoyed it.
Thank
How can I
you.
say no?
I would like to echo Volodymyr's warm thank you to you, our audience, for being here this evening. Thank you for being our guests. Thank you for your interest in Ukraine. As you know, we are here this week with the purpose of spreading the good news about Ukraine's rich and fertile investment opportunities, especially in the tech and innovation sector. Please stay with us this evening, join the reception, have fun. We really sincerely look forward to engaging with you and talking about these exciting opportunities with you.
And invest with us.
And invest with us. On behalf of the Ukraine House Organizing Committee, on behalf of our organizer, UVCA,
Pictures.
and our partners, the Viktor Pinchuk Foundation, Western NIS Enterprise Fund, and our many sponsors, we would like to, I don't know if you realize this, but this is the first ever Ukraine House in Davos. We are making history this week together. And we would be remiss to not include you, brothers, here with us tonight in this special evening. So most importantly, we'd like to thank you for being here. And on that note, I hear that over the course of your careers, you two have never fought each other. So please don't start here at Ukraine House. This is a joint award. It's going to you both. But we are honored to bestow on you the first ever Ukraine House Davos Award. Thank you sincerely for your commitment, for your dedication, for your dignity, for all that you do to promote Ukraine internally. And as Lena rightly pointed out, all of your work with the Klitschko Brothers Foundation, it's so important what you do internally and what you do to promote Ukraine on the global stage. So thank you very much sincerely.
Thank you.
And we hope to welcome you back to Ukraine House
Well,
Davos.
brother, we're not gonna fight over this.
Just break it in half.
Alexa,
I want to say I like jokes very much about this. Some joke about Klitschko brothers. How are they starting to fighting with the boxing? The parents buy just one toy for both brothers.
yeah, well, we're not gonna fight over this because that's gonna go to Klitschko Foundation's desk. Is it okay? That's good. Good solution. Peaceful. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you so much, and thank you, everybody.
I've got